Ooh, ooh, it's working. It's a miracle. We've got 2 minutes to go. I've started slightly early because it didn't work this morning. It didn't work twice this morning. So it's very good to see you. And we're playing the Square It game. So it's all about play for fun, think to win. Now I have included a link in the description so that you can actually go and play this online against a computer. It's a program. It's on the Enrich website, which is a website that it's a great idea to be following anyway. And while I've got just 1 minute left, panic, just 1 minute left. I'm going to share this on the web page, and all we're going to do tonight is play. We're going to play tonight, we're going to play tomorrow morning at 9, we're going to play tomorrow morning at 10 for the Littlies, or do a game that's specially meant for the Littlies, and then we will play tomorrow evening at 8, and then we will play on Sunday morning at 9, and then because it's all about squares, like literally we've got about 5 days of nothing but squares and triangles. I'm going to be doing squares and triangles. I'm going to do the maths show, the Bubbly Maths show, Sunday morning, 10 o'clock, and it is about squares and triangles. All about squares and triangles. So the only thing I have left to do now is start a watch party, and we're nearly off. All I have to do is actually remember to start it. Sometimes it just doesn't work. Woo. And it's 8 o'clock and we're starting to play, and we're going to play the Square It game. We have played the Square It game once before. And since there's so many people now, it doesn't matter if we repeat, I hope. Anyway, I like playing the game because I'm not winning it. I'm so not winning it. So this is the Square It game. Now, all I did to make this, I'm just looking for where I can see what you can see to make sure that you can see what you need to see. I've got the perfect example here, by the way, of what not to do. So I've just literally made these with this pen. I just did dots. Now it is super important that these are squares. So we've got a 3 by 3 there. We've got 4 by 4 there. We've got 5 by 5 there. And that one is not a 6 by 6. That's a rectangle. That's not a square. So I did it again where it's more square-like, because the game is, ideally, I've included the link of where to find the resource, and ideally what you'll do is you'll download the resource and print it out. Or you could use square paper and put the dots on square paper. I didn't, I used clear paper, as I do, just to make my own life difficult. And the idea is, I'm going to start with this one here. You've got to make squares. Well, the thing is, it's not just about making squares. So here we go. There's a square. If I'm just going to do it, I'm going to do it. Well, I'm just going to pretend on here that here's 1, 2, 3, 4. There, I've made a square. Whoop-de-doo. I've made a square, but there's 2 of us playing. So I'm going to start playing with, over here, I'm going to start playing with this little one. So I'm going to say, right, I'm going to put a square right here. I'm going to grab that dot. So red says, well, in that case, I'm going to grab that dot to prevent green from getting the 4 corners, the square that's in the 4 corners. So green says, well, that's okay. I'm going to grab that dot, and that way I'm going for this square here, look. Well, red says, well, I don't think that would be a good idea. I'm going to grab this dot so that I'm going to stop green from getting that square there. So green says, well, I'm going to go here and stop red from getting that dot so that red can't make a square there. So red says, right, I'm going to make a square here so that green can't make that square. And green says, oh, well, never mind. I'll put one there to make sure red can't get that one. And then green says, well, this is a bit boring. I don't think anybody's going to win this game. Oh, well, I'm just going to put one here because that way I've got a straight line. At least I'm happy I've got a straight line. Doesn't mean anything, but I've got a straight line. And green says, oh, really? Nobody's going to win? Really? Oh, can you see it? Can you see the square that green has won? I'm going to pause for a minute. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Joanna. I'm going to pause for a minute. Can you see the square that green has won? Let's see if anybody's got any comments. I'm hoping that by now you've already made yourself a little board so you can be playing the game as well. I'm having a look, see if there's any comments anywhere. I think I've got to press play, see the comments, etc., etc., etc. I think I'm going to have to watch The King and I again. I've been saying etc., etc., etc. all day long. I think that's an indication that it's time to watch The King and I. Right, I'm going to check on the watch party again. That's not the watch party. It must be the watch party. I've lost the watch party. Oh no, I've lost the watch party. It's a disaster. Yep, the watch party's disappeared. Oh dear, 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 dear. Right, let's see if I can find it here. Oh, there it is. Any comments? Any comments? How do I do it? Do I have to go in there? If I go in there, can I see it then? I lost the watch party. There we go. Comments. No comments yet, or at least none that I can see more. See fewer. I can't see the people that have joined. So, okay, never mind. Right, so can you see it? 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a tilted square. Right, so the next one is, so you can play that game with young learners, and you can actually play, what you can do with young learners as well is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, is you can find all the squares. So you can find that square, that square, that square, that square. Then there's the bigger square all the way around the outside. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then there's a square across this way. 6. Are there any other squares? Can you find any? That's another game you can play. It's like a puzzle to find all the squares. Have we found all the squares? That is the question. So when you're playing the game, those are all the squares you're looking for. Have we found all the squares? I'm not sure. This is not my strongest point. So far, I haven't beat the computer once. I don't even know if it's possible to beat the computer. It probably is, but anyway. Right, so we're going to look for the squares on this one. That was a 3 by 3. I'm going to go with a 4 by 4. So, not going to catch me out with that one again. Let me see. Are there any of those diagonal squares on this one? Let me see. I'm going to start here. If I start there, then maybe that will capture a few different squares. And let's see, red is going to go, doesn't really matter where I go this time. I'm going to stop green from getting that square, that square, that square, that square. I'm going to stop green from getting all those squares by circling that one. Right, so now green, where shall I go next? Hi, Russell. So, well, green is going to go over, seeing if I've got, okay, green is going to go here to stop red from making a square there. And now red is thinking, okay, green can't make a square there, but green, that stops that one. Let's see. Where should we go? We can go here. If we go there, hold on, that doesn't give, red's going to go here, because red's going to see if red can get all 4 outside ones if green doesn't go. So green's saying, I can stop red in a minute. That's all right. I'm going to go here and see if I can make a square with these 4. And red says 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 1. Red says, oh, there's nothing else red can do there. So red is now thinking, ooh, oops, that's not red. That's purple. Right, red is now thinking, I'm thinking anyway, for both red and green, that if we go there, maybe I can make a square there. See if green will let me do that. And green says, you know what? I'm going to stop you by doing a square, stop there. So red says, I can still, I'm going to have to stop you with, where can I put it? If I stop you there, and then red could still make a square there. That's it. Now red still got all these dots on the outside they can make, and green says, doesn't really matter because I've won. Hi Tommy, can you see how green has won? Can you spot it? I think I got it right. 1 across, 2 up, 1 down, 2, 2, 2, blah, blah. I'm sure I've got it, yeah. Can you see it? Boing, boing, whoopsie. Hold on to it, boing, boing, boing. The more dots you've got on your grid, the more options you have, the more possibilities you have of winning, the more these tilted squares you've got. So again, just like we did with the 3 by 3, you can make a 4 by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, whoops, 3, 4, that's not very good dots. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and see if you can find all the squares. So if we do a complete grid, we've got all that away. Oh, it's not a very good one. Better to do a printout than do this wobbly bit that I'm doing. And then that we've got the unit squares, let's say. Then we've got 1, 2, 3, and 4 2 by 2 squares. And then we've got 1 big 4 by 4 square. This is much better done on a piece of paper with pencils, because if you use colouring pencils, it doesn't show up as badly. But now we've got, let's see, we've got that one there that I just found. Are there any others? Perhaps there. That's 2 that I can see. I'm getting it, my markers all funnied up. Are there any others? Have I missed any out? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I found 16. There might be more. I'm not saying I found them all by a long shot. And so we're going to play one more game. I'm going to play the 5 by 5. You can play the 6 by 6 yourselves. Depends what age you're playing with. If you've got littlies, just playing that one is enough just to notice the squares. Just find the squares. It doesn't have to be a competition. It wouldn't be a competition with a 5-year-old. It'd just be find the squares. Or if you play it with a 5-year-old, what you can do is do it the way I just did it. Speak about what you're looking for and let them know where you're going with it so that they can defend their squares. And it's nice to visualize squares in a different way through just the vertices of the squares rather than the lines that are on there. So we're going to do one more, and then we're going to play again in the morning. So if you want to let anybody else know about it, let them know. We're going to play this game in the morning. There's a resource to download in the comments. No, it's not in the comments, it's actually in the description. So please go ahead and do that. So I'm going to, this time I'm going to go for the center dot. So that's going to cover a whole bunch of squares just right like that. And so red is going to, what's red going to do? So we're going to look for some of those. We've got all kinds of tilted squares in this one. So red is going to go there and stop that first square from happening. So green has decided, well, in that case, I'm going to go over here, and because I reckon I can get this one. So red says, oh no, you don't, you can't have that one. So red puts one there to stop green from taking that square. And green goes, well, in that case, okay, I can't have that square, I can't have that square, I can't have any of those squares. So what do I do? I'm going to see if I can, I'm going to go for this square here. And red says, well, I'm going to put one here. And green says, I don't really know why you've done that. I'm now going to put one here. So red says, oopsie, quickly, 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 stop green from going there. And now green says, rightio, I'm going to put one here. And red goes, oopsie, 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 stop green from getting one there. And now green says, okay, that's all right. Now I'm now going to put one there. And red goes, uh-oh, can you see the problem that red's got? Red can stop that one or that one. But green has got themselves nice little square right there. Can you see the square that red was aiming for? Red, and I did think I had it. I have to say, I did think I had it until I realized what was happening in the middle here. Red was aiming for this here. But green got their square first. Green got their square first. So that is the Square It game. We're going to play the Square It game over the weekend. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be spending my weekends playing the Square It game. Let's see. Hi, Eddie. How are you doing? Great game, guys. Just a family game, family learning game, just family fun. Thinking, not... So it's the game is play for fun, think to win. Now, if I'm playing myself, it's really good because I can always win because I'm either one or the other one, and therefore I always win. But when I play against other people, actually I very rarely win. It's usually the other person wins because I'm not very good at spotting those tilted squares. So this is actually really good practice to become good at spotting tilted squares. Like Connect 4. It's one of those games I keep practicing at. I enjoy playing it. It's not one that I tend to win at because I don't notice the lines. It's somebody gets me on the diagonal every time. And that's fine. Othello as well. I love playing Othello, but I rarely win. Never mind. Okay, I'm going to just see if anybody else has joined us. We've got Russell, Tommy, Eddie. Thank you for joining us. Please do subscribe to the YouTube channel. That's Maths Toys YouTube channel and the Bubbly Maths YouTube channel. The links are in the description. And then if you want to play this online, you can play it anytime you like on the Enrich website. Again, the link is in the description. And then the resource is on the Aiming High. And that's also in the description, the resource, which is the game. plus a lot of other activities to do with it and the maths behind it. So if you want to do any of your home educating based on playing a game like this one, you can do it using the Aiming High resource. So thank you for joining, and gonna check one more time if there's any comments. Don't see any there. Whoopsie, that's not it. Any over here? I don't see any over here, and I don't see any over here. So thank you for joining, and I will see you 9 o'clock tomorrow morning for the next episode of the Square It game. And I think tomorrow morning we might play this, the 6 by 6, but we'll see what happens. Do I risk winning and losing all at the same time? Do I feel conflicted about both winning and losing? Not really, because I love playing the game. I enjoy the fun of it. I enjoy the thinking, and every time I play the game, I'm closer. So I play for fun, think to win. So I've got to keep thinking. So I've come up with a strategy whereby I can actually start winning this game. Thank you for joining, and I will see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful evening, morning, night, afternoon, depending where you are in the world. We've got people from all over the world now in this group, which is really magical. Stop the live. Bye-bye.